And now it's time for beat making with Owl Nimbus.
Hey everyone, Owl Nimbus here. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to make a beat using the Maschine Mk3. I'm going to keep it really short and simple just to give you an example, and I'm only going to use one drum kit that just recently came out from one of my favorite producers of all time, Cookin. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go ahead and check out his stuff, but without further ado, let's get into the beat. Alright everyone, I got the sounds loaded up into the machine, and I'm not going to go through the entire drum pack because it's a lot of sounds to go through, but I'm just going to use just the sounds whatever I came with the drum pack. And the way I usually like to do my beats, I separate every single thing. So I have one section where I have my drums, he has some anime chops, also some keys, sound effects, some vocals, and some horns. And I'll just go through a few of the sounds and then we'll see what we can come up with. So here I got my drums, I got a kick, snare, I got different kind of snares, another kick, and I got some hi-hats just to give you an example. Some anime chops, looks like. I like this one here, whatever this is, anime chop. I'll have to come back to that one. I think I might use something like that. That sounds pretty good. All right, onto the keys. Oh, I think I got this mixed up. Joe. I like this one, this Rhodes. I'm a sucker for a Rhodes piano. I love all that stuff. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Hell yeah, I love that. Got some stabs here. Stab 5, stab flute, oops, cool G. Oh yeah, I like that. I'll go a couple of the sound effects. Got some J Dilla, birds, some vinyl crackles. Ooh, I like this. Old school. I think that's, I don't know if that's Tribe Called Quest. Could be mistaken. Pretty sure that is, if I know my hip hop. If I don't, leave it in the comments. You could send hate mail or whatever. Got
one
vocals,
time we was all
anime stuff. I love that.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Old school Bernie Mac.
But I love sex.
I love Bernie Mac.
Tired of this shit. Woo! Woo!
yeah, sure. You okay?
Yeah. Check it.
All right. As you can tell on my BPMs, it's at 120. So when I actually make the beat, I'll go ahead and calculate the beats per minute. Because if you don't set this right away, it's not going to sound right. It's going to record everything very fast. So you want to get this right the first time. And the way I usually do it, I just use an app that will tell me. I usually use this app, this BPM app. And you just tap it in, and then it will tell you the BPMs, beats per minute, and all that. So that's the way I usually do it. All right, so I got the BPMs calculated in, and I'm going to go ahead and hit record. I'll show you what all these buttons do later on, but this is just going to be an example on how to make a beat super simple. So again, I set my BPMs, and I got my metronome on. You can leave this off, but I'll leave it on. I'll turn this off just to make an example. So. And then what we're doing here is we just go ahead and make this be on time because you want all your samples to be on time. And so let me go ahead and just set all this in time. Now for the drums, I like to put my hi-hat first. That way I use that as a guide to know exactly where I'm at on beat. So it should look something like this. and shorten that up. Now I want all these to be on time. Now you can use quantize or whatever. This is the only time when I actually use quantize, meaning it just snaps everything into place, but I'll show you the old school. And this is the only thing that I really like to be in time. It's just my hi-hats. That way I know exactly where I'm at when I lay out my kicks and snares. All right, I can lay down my hi-hats. I got them all lined up here. And I also reset my BPMs to 89 because it didn't sound right. And it happens, man. It happens. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some kicks and some snares. So I think I'll go with these two here. And let's go ahead and lay down some drums. Oh yeah. All right, and let's go ahead and line up our kicks and snares so that way we're on time. And let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, I lined up by my kicks and snares, so this is what it sounds like. Let's go ahead and fix this one. All right. And now we got our hi-hats here. And what I like to do, you can do this either way, is I like to duplicate my hi-hats. So I can duplicate here. So I got now two of the same hi-hats here. And this is the way I like to do it. You can do it however. You could either do it two ways. You could either copy and paste this here and then put it halfway. I'll show you exactly. So let's go ahead and copy this. This is just the... if you really want to do it this way. I don't like doing it this way, but you can do it this way if you want. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll shift this over to about halfway, so that way we have our hi-hats are a lot more lined up, or it will give it a lot more bounce, and you can set the volume down about halfway to give it a little bit more of a human feel, and this is what it'll sound like. All right, now you can also, instead of copying the second hi-hat here, you could also put it in manually. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. So this is what it would sound like if you put it in manually, just to give you a reference. So here we go. All right, and then we go ahead and set the volume on all these about halfway, just to give it a little bit more of a human feel. And we could also add in a shaker as well, so to give it a little bit more of a bounce. So let's go ahead and add that shaker in. All right. So now we got our snares, we got our kicks, we got our hi-hats, our second hi-hat that gives us more of a bounce. Also, we got a little bit of a shaker. And let's go ahead and head down to the keys and then see what we can do with these keys. I really like this Rose Love one. I really like this, but it's not in the right key. So to change the key on it, I had the keyboard, and this isn't right. I know that this isn't right, the notes I have here, but I kind of go by ear, and I'm not really too good at music theory, so I kind of just play around and see what I can find. So we're gonna go ahead and find out what key it is. So. I think we found our key here, and again, I am not perfect. I'm kidding. We're gonna go ahead and add in some keys. So let's get funky. go ahead and, I like to mix it well. I don't want the Rhodes to overtake everything, but. All right, let's go ahead and add in some vocal chants. This is a pretty fun part, just to give it a little bit more of a, you know, a little bit of the la crema, the patois, as you will. So I'll go through a few of them.
Yeah. Check it. Check.
Check it out.
I like this one here.
Check it. Bust out the don't front.
So let's go ahead and add down some vocal chant stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of this one here and give it a little bit of an echo effect. Alright, I got the beat all sequenced up and ready to go. I kept it really short and simple just to give you an example, so let's go ahead and check out the beat.
Bust out the tape decks and get more dusty than digital. You dig me?
Now I know what you're thinking. Owl Nimbus, do you have anything that's a little bit more advanced with the drum kit? Yes, I do. This one here has the secret sauce, aka La Crema.
See you around, beat makers!